Hello Breakthroughers, it's Jen. How you doing? I hope everyone's okay and enjoying the beautiful weather. If you're here in England, it's been absolutely gorgeous, and I've been sporting the classic strap lines today, but it's been absolutely beautiful. And thank you ever so much for joining me today, and to everyone across the globe. I mean, who's been supporting me already? It's people from the UK, where I'm from right now. I'm coming from Leeds live. But we also have people in the group from America, China, Canada, and Europe and Australia. It's been so cool. I'm really happy and proud that everyone has been really supportive so far, and I'm just here to serve you guys. I mean, I just want everyone to live a very stress-free life, because I have been to the place where stress can take you, the deepest and darkest depths of stress, and it's not pretty. And it's really easy to fall into living in this modern world where we've got the busy career, the business that we're trying to set up, the family commitments, and everything else in between. It's so easy just to get swallowed up with all the stress. And this group is predominantly for hardworking professionals and busy entrepreneurs, and we do actually have similar traits, and that is like the perfectionist, and also we're usually high achievers as well, but that sometimes gets in the way of us being the best that we can. And I'm here with this challenge. It's all my best bits. It's what I teach my clients, and I've condensed it into 4 weeks, and basically I am here to train you up to become an athlete in today's modern world, so you can be the best at your business, so you can actually do what you want to do in your career, so you can be the best partner in your relationship, so you can be the best mum or dad when it comes to family. And that's what my passion is. So thank you ever so much for joining us. This is my first time I've done lives before on Facebook. It's my first sort of proper Facebook group. I want to make sure I've got a top on, by the way. I don't want to go off camera. It's there's going to be probably a few teething problems, but if you've got any questions along the way, then please just shout. But what I've done over the 4 weeks, there's actually a document. It's like a package, not a package, like a booklet that I've designed, and you can find that on the wall of this group. So what you can do, you can download this booklet, or feel free to print it off. I mean, obviously I've printed mine off because I think it's handy for me to do this half an hour live with you now, but this will show you exactly where you are right now in your life, where you are with your stress levels, and how much you can progress into the better version of yourself as the end of the month comes up. And actually it is a monthly challenge, but you can continue with this challenge in the months ahead, and you can then continue to see the progress that you are making week by week and month on month. So this is the printed version here, and it's got all the information that we're going to go through in the 4 weeks, which I'm very excited about. So a big welcome again. And if you go onto the pinned post, which will be the top at all times in this group, you can then find information about the 4 weeks that we've got going on ahead, and it will tell you like what we're going to be doing in each week. And I'm proposing that I am going to be offering you 5 half-an-hour videos a month. I mean, we're busy people. I don't want to be bombarding you with loads of posts and loads of videos, so I want to keep it as short and as condensed as possible. Oh, hello Mum, how are you? How pretty there. Please do just refer to that pinned post, and it will tell you exactly where we are in the month. So I propose a video on the 1st, and then on the 7th, and then on the 21st, and on the 28th. And again, all the information can be found in that booklet. So I just wanted to state a few sort of rules of the group. I mean, we're all adults here. I don't have to tell you about us being polite and that sort of thing, but it's just all about, we share from the experiences and stories of others, and what happens and what is said within the group will stay in the group. I'm not going to be sharing it out into my From Burnout to Breakthrough business page or anything, but please just feel free to share, feel free to like, feel free to let me know your breakthroughs and what's actually working for you at any time, because this is what we all need to hear and listen. Because being the entrepreneur of today, or being in the busy corporate world, it can actually be a very, very lonely place. And I just want to build a community of go-getters. I want to build a community of athletes, as I mentioned earlier, because, you know, if you're looking after yourself, you're going to see that your business is also just as strong and as powerful as you are, physically and mentally. You know, you're going to make an absolute mark in your career if you're on top of your game. So this is what I want for you. And, you know, again, I'm just giving you now in the 4 weeks all my best bits, all my tools and techniques, which, to be honest, you can actually get anywhere online, and from certain other groups as well. But I'm just here and I want to build a community that's sustainable, that's long lasting, that we can all muck in together and achieve the results that we all set out to achieve when we started up our business, when we embarked into a particular industry. So yeah, please don't be shy, just share and comment, and, you know, even feel free to record yourself a short little video. I would absolutely love seeing your breakthroughs, which is what it's all about. So there's that as well. If also as well you've got someone who might benefit from the group, so those if you have a friend who's struggling a little bit at work with a certain project, or you know a friend who is just really down at the moment, who can't possibly you know, get out of bed, because I've been there, you know, with depression. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Or if you have just had a bit of a situation in your life and you're sort of struggling with the stress there, then, or, you know, a friend that has you know, experienced a recent trauma of you know, something, yeah, feel free to invite them into the group. The more the merrier. That's the way I see it. So and actually what I'm going to do as the months progress, I'm going to have like a raffle like a prize draw, and the top 3 referrers of the month will actually choose from the one of 3 prizes that I'm going to be collecting as the months go on, from preferred partners. So if you are out there and you're listening right now and you have a business that fits in the cardio, strength, balance or good nutrition banner, then please let me know. If you've got something that you can offer that you'd like to promote within the group, that could be online, because a lot of these a lot of the breakthroughs here right now are, you know, from all corners of the world, which is fantastic. Then please let me know, please get in touch, and I can use one of your services as a possible prize. So yes, as mentioned, there will be 5 videos across the month. I'm aiming for half an hour each, because again, we're busy people and I want to make sure that I get everything into that half an hour slot, and I don't want to be taking up too much of your time with these videos. So short, sweet and concise videos, that is my aim. And also it's great because I know that you guys already, you breakthroughs are doers, okay? You're not the blamers. You don't blame society for the way you are. You don't blame a recession that happened years ago. You don't blame anyone at work. I mean, we're all just doers, aren't we? We are just responsible for ourselves. And you know, it's the high achievers and the perfectionists, like the entrepreneur and the hardworking professional, i.e. us, that can sometimes just take on way too much. We're juggling way too many balls in the air, and we can get into a bit of trouble sometimes with stress. So again, that's why I'm here right now for you over these you know, few weeks and months to come with this challenge. Because all I want you to do is to experience your magic. Now, everyone experiences the flow, don't they? When everything seems to be going into place for them, when you just feel like you're on top of your game, and when everything is just working out the way you want it to. And that's great. And if you're there right now, fantastic. This is all about you maintaining that flow, your inner magic. However, some people, a lot of people at the moment are not experiencing their flow. And the most consistent and common factor is stress. I mean, it's everywhere. So it's a shame. Everyone is under a lot of stress at the moment. And it's the amygdala, which is the fear response mechanism in the brain, which sends chemicals, electrical signals to the motor cortex, which is your ability to take action. So actually, we all respond in the same way when subjected to stress. So we could either freeze, fight, or run away. And it's what people don't realise is when these chemicals are released, that's when you can get addicted to the stress, addicted to the chemicals that are released in the brain. So it is really all about this program identifying your behavioural patterns, identifying the cycles that you're getting yourself into, and being mindful and aware and putting a stop to these bad habits, which are obviously not serving you right now, because later on we're going to go through the Are You Stressed assessment, and we're going to work out where you are with your stress levels. So that's where we are, the stress. And you know, it is stressful, isn't it? I mean, it's the, as mentioned earlier, it's the busy career that we have. It's all the moving parts to running and setting up a business. It's all the family commitments that we have, you know, the school runs. And if, you know, one of us is ill in the family, it has like a knock-on effect. And sometimes you can just lose your motivation, lose your mojo, and you don't even know where it went. And sometimes you could be waking up and you just feel like, oh, life has been completely sucked out of you. Yeah, I've been there, I've been through it all, and it's not nice. And that's where I want to help you get away from, and get you back into your magic, into your flow, into your sweet spot, as it were. So if you're sick of being tired all the time, and you just want to get back to how you used to feel, then this is definitely the challenge for you. So over the next 4 weeks, I aim for you to feel less stressed at work. I'm going to aim for you to feel like you are back to your normal self again. I want to make sure in this challenge that you can reach your optimum health. I mean, everyone's going to be on a different journey. Everyone's going to be at a different point of this sort of development, from sort of stress, the deep depths of stress, which could be like depression, stress, you know, anxiety, to optimum health. That's obviously our goal. And everyone will be at different stages along this line. But yeah, it's just all about, you know, upgrading. We are going to be upgrading the way you feel. We're going to be upgrading your life. We're going to be just upgrading, yeah, you. So it's all exciting stuff. So a little bit about me. People in this group will know about me. Other people don't know too much about me. So I'll just go through a little bit of a story behind me and why I'm here today, helping people avoid stressful pickles that we can get ourselves into. So I've been running businesses now for 6 years, and I started off in Shanghai, China. And it's been fantastic. I've had such a great journey. However, I have experienced severe burnout in my time, business burnout, which came from running businesses out in Shanghai. And then I came back to the UK to expand the businesses here in England. And I had a baby in that time, and it all just got a little bit too much. And I think, you know, there's some points in your life where you can just do so much. You can get overwhelmed quite easily. And, you know, the success of my businesses behind the scenes in Shanghai were just going up. And behind the scenes, my health was just going down and down and down, and I just couldn't pick myself up, and I was just getting myself burned out, which led to my depression, and that cycle lasted for about 3 years. Now, there could be some people in this group right now that are experiencing depression, and I feel for you. I'm totally there with you. I've been there, and it's not nice, but the way I see it is that depression is a sign. It's a sign you need to make change. And changes are possible. You have to obviously be wanting to make the change that you want to see in your life. And yeah, it is possible to feel better and happier again. It really is, because I've got to where I am today through these methods I'm going to share with you over the next 4 weeks. And it's just given me so much comfort to know that I will never be, I don't think I could ever go back down there again, to my lowest point. I mean, to be fair, the only way I see now is going up. It's great to feel on top of your game. It's great to feel your optimum health, because you know, it's a scary place when you feel that down with stress. So I want to help, you know, those who are sort of that far down with stress. I want to help get you back to where you used to be at your natural state. So yeah, this is week 1 on the 1st, and we talk about the Are You Stressed assessment. So if you were to refer to that downloadable link that I sent, and feel free to print it off at another time, here is the questions that we're going to go through. So we have 4 steps to this program. Week 1 is reboot, week 2 is boost, week 3 is breakthrough, and week 4 is boom. So that's when you know all the information, all the techniques that you can use and implement into your life, which is really exciting. That's my favorite week. But week 1 is reboot, and basically we need to know where you are in your life with your stress levels. So we're going to go through this together. I mean, some of you may not have the form printed out, the booklet printed off yet, and that's fine. Or some of you may not have been able to find it or download it, but you know, with these lives, they'll be posted into the group and you can watch it in your own time. I don't expect people to be online with me when I'm online, but actually Sunday night, this is when the stress levels start creeping up, right? Because who out there, you know, is dreading the big Monday morning again? It is. It's not the best time of the week, is it? And we've had such a my cat there, Hannah. We've had such a fantastic weekend weather-wise, and we've all been on holiday mode, and it's going to be very, very hard to go back to work tomorrow. So we do tend to find the stress levels go up on a Sunday evening for a Monday morning get up. So what I'll do, I'll go through the Are You Stressed questionnaire, page 7 it is, if you get the booklet there. And when I fill this out, when I answer this questionnaire, I must have got nearly 25 out of 25 questions. So, you know, we're going to find out where you are with your stress levels. So if you want to follow me, fair play, you know, that's great. Feel free to, you know, tick or make a mental note. If you don't want to print out, you want to save trees, just get a plain piece of paper and a pen and just tick for a yes and don't tick for a no, and basically count how many ticks you've got at the end, and that will give you your score out of 25. So question 1 of the Are You Stressed assessment is, I frequently bring work home at night. So are you continuously bringing work home with you in the evenings, because that would add to the stress. Question 2, I feel there are not enough hours in the day to do all the things that I must do. Number 3, I deny or ignore problems in the hope that they will go away. Number 4, I do the jobs myself to ensure they are done properly. Number 5, I underestimate how long it takes to do things. My self-confidence / self-esteem is lower than what I would like it to be. I frequently have guilty feelings if I relax and do nothing. I find myself thinking about problems even when I'm supposed to be relaxing. I feel fatigued or tired even when I wake up after inadequate sleep. I often nod or finish other people's sentences for them when they speak slowly. I have a tendency to eat, talk, walk, and drive quickly. My appetite has changed. I either have a desire to binge or have loss of appetite, or may even skip meals. I feel irritated or angry in the car, or traffic in front of me seems to be going too slowly. I become very frustrated at having to wait in the queue. If something or someone really annoys me, I will bottle up my feelings. When I play sport or games, I really try to win whoever I play. I experience mood swings, difficulty making decisions, concentration, and memory is impaired. I find fault and criticize others rather than praising, even if it's deserved. I seem to be listening even though I'm preoccupied with my own thoughts. My sex drive is lower than usual. I find myself grinding my teeth. I do that at night sometimes. I often feel back and shoulder pain and discomfort. I am unable to perform tasks as well as I used to. My judgment is clouded or not as good as it was. I find I have a greater dependency on alcohol, caffeine, nicotine, or drugs. I find that I don't have enough time for many interests or hobbies outside of work. So they're the 25 questions. So give yourself a total of 25. And depending on where you are, feel free if you want to put your results in the box below, and I can read out your particular one. But you have 3 categories. And if you get 4 points or less, you are least likely to suffer from stress-related illnesses at this point in your life. However, adopting healthier habits will always increase your happiness and overall well-being and prepare you for unexpected life events in the future. So if you're 4 points or less, that's great. But I still feel that the challenge will be of benefit to you because it will prepare you for future events that might just be around the corner, because we have no idea what's going to happen. What is around the corner for many of us could be a separation or a job loss or a family illness. So if you score between 5 and 13 points, that means if you've had between 5 and 13 yeses from that assessment, you are more likely to experience stress-related ill health, either mentally, physically, or both. And that was me a few years ago, and it's not a good place to be. This would be a good time to look at your life and identify any stress triggers you could work on. And we'll go through the stress triggers after this assessment. This challenge will help you implement the right tools and techniques needed to shift your existing patterns and behaviours before it becomes harder to make the changes necessary. So if you have scored or said yes 5 to 13 times, then you are actually dealing with a lot of stress at the moment, but that's fine. There are red flags, there are warning signs that you should be now addressing in your life, but you're not as far as what you could be. However, my advice to you, if you're in this bracket, is to start making change now before it gets too late, and then before the anxiety really does take hold, or before the depression really kicks in and spills into your family life, home life, financials, that sort of thing. So if you're between there, then yeah, please stay in the group. I'll answer any questions that you might have along the way, and I'm definitely happy to help. Now, 14 points plus, this was definitely the category that I was in when I first done this assessment. You are most prone to the negative impacts of stress, showing many traits and or characteristics that are creating unhealthy behaviours. So really, this is all about perceived stress. Everyone's very different. Everyone perceives the situation differently, so therefore perceived stress will differ across the board. This means you're also most likely to experience stress and stress-related illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and body issues. So that could be weight. You might have like a desire or a need to overeat when you're stressed. You need to take action now, as it suggests you have a situation or circumstance in your life that's contributing to your stresses, which is damaging for your health, whether you're aware of it or not. So this could be actually where you are really struggling with stress. You may not even know how bad your stress is getting and how much of an effect it's having around others around you or your job, for example. So if you're just going into work and you're just not doing what you used to be able to in terms of job commitments that you have there, this is a warning sign. I mean, you could either be burying your head in the sand about things and really be unaware of what's going on. Well, let me just turn the light on because it's getting dark now. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm not used to wearing dresses, sorry. When I'm away, yeah, but that's like once, twice a year. Yeah, so that's where we are in our stress levels. You could be surprised, you could be not surprised at all. However, wherever you are, it's always good to learn and adopt new techniques and tools into your life to safeguard yourself, because the narcissist stress can really creep up. Could also be things like skin conditions. You could have a rash come up. Psoriasis is quite a biggie. You could have migraines as well. You know, there's so many signs of stress. You know, obviously I'm the extreme of stress and anxiety, depression and anxiety, but, you know, stress can come out in different ways. You know, erratic behaviour, you know, you not being yourself, you just snapping at your loved one all the time, that sort of thing, that's stress. If you just don't feel like you're yourself anymore, and you can't hold on to your old you, that's definitely a sign of stress. So part 2 of week 1 reboot is, what do you want? Now, it's really good to know what direction you want to go in, because to have direction will just make your whole life a lot easier. But it's very hard, isn't it? A lot of people don't know what they want. Yeah, they could get through the whole of their life and may not even know what they want in their life. You are asked that question at school, and it's very hard to answer when you're like, you know, in your teens. But you get into your 20s after you've done your degree, for example, and you still don't know really what you want to do. You just fall into a graduate job, and, you know, even then you could just somehow find yourself drifting. So yeah, what I like to do, if you can't work out 3 I wants in your life, then at the bottom here, work out what you don't want in your life. So it could be, I don't want to be in this job anymore, or I don't want to be with so-and-so anymore in terms of a relationship. And what you would do, you would just flip them on their head. So if you're saying you don't want to be in a job anymore, then you're really wanting to change your job. Which is a big thing, and it's all about baby steps. But if it's really making you that stress, as per the Are You Stressed assessment, then it's just something you have to do, because if you leave stress unchecked, this is when you can, you know, get yourself into those stress nasties. So yeah, if you don't want to be in the relationship that you're currently in, however hard it might be, you know, you could be part of a family unit. Sometimes you just have to really think objectively about things and be mindful, and you might have to just make, you know, a few decisions there as well, because really what you're trying to say is you want a better relationship. So yeah, this could be quite a shake-up. So that is, yeah, part 2 of the week 1 reboot. Work out your 3 I wants. And if you need a hand at any time about how to answer these, then please let me know. I'm available in this group. And then part 3 of week 1 reboot is my stress triggers. So that will be on page 12. So it's all good for you to know where you are with your stress triggers. Now, stress triggers could be anything, and however big or small. It doesn't have to be anything to do with your business or your career. Sorry guys, I know it's getting really dark. I thought I had quite a lot of lights to do this, but my bedroom light isn't, you know, producing enough power, and I've got the window open. Yeah, so yeah, write down any stress triggers that you might have, big or small. So it could even be as small as a noisy neighbour, or that could be quite a big one for you, but, you know, maybe a Saturday bit of bass, you know, coming from a teenager's bedroom that you're attached to in a semi-detached house, for example. Maybe you've got a cat at home and they're peeing everywhere. That could be one of your daily stress triggers. And it could also, please put down your big triggers as well. So it could be, is it the constant arguments that you might have with a boss or a colleague? And, you know, I hope you're not really arguing at work, but, you know, some of us actually do. They have quite a hectic, you know, career that they have to manage on a daily basis. So please put down your 3 top stress triggers. And if you continue to stay in the group month on month, these might actually change, or they might even change from week to week. But what are your top 3? So you will then realise what you need to be working on. So today, for your first, you know, challenge, the first part of our 4-week challenge, you've now worked out where you are with your stress levels, how severe your stress levels are that you're trying to manage on a daily basis. You've also worked out the 3 I wants in your life, or if you don't know what you want, you're going to write down your 3 I don't want, and then basically reverse them, flip them around on their heads, and then work out what they do translate into your 3 wants. And also your 3 stress triggers. And I don't want to overwhelm you or bombard you, but I mean, that is enough for now. I have actually just missed out a page. Do you know what? My little boy Oscar, he actually took my stapler and I can't find it. So I've actually missed out a page here. Sorry about that. So this is, are you in fear or overwhelmed? So I'm just going to quickly go through that, because fear and overwhelm manifests in different ways. So fear manifests itself in you experiencing just complete outright panic. You make excuses and have delay tactics for what you want to maybe do in your life. You're very resistant to change and new ideas. You're feeling very doubtful and you're very worried all the time. You start to question yourself and other people. You might have personality